Welcome to today's session. Today's our topic is understanding decimals. First we can discuss about what are decimal numbers or decimal fractions. We know that a fraction is a part of a whole number, and here is given some examples of fraction, and at the same time how can we write it as in the decimal form. The other form of writing fraction is decimal form. Here it is the figure is divided into total 10 equal parts, and out of that 2 parts are colored. So the colored parts will be the numerator and the total part will be the denominator. So the fraction is 2 by 10. So this 2 by 10 we can write it in another form, that is 0.2. We can write it as 0.2. So next, second fraction is a whole is divided into 100 equal parts and 9 parts are shaded. Therefore, the fractional form is 9 by 100 and its decimal form is 0.09. And the third figure, a whole is divided into 100 equal parts and out of that 39 parts are shaded. Therefore, the figure is represented in fractional form, that is 39 by 100 and its decimal form is 0.39. 0.39. We should not read 39. We should read it as 39. Only the digits you have to read. Next fraction, figure is divided into 10 equal parts and 7 parts are shaded. Therefore, representation of fraction is 7 by 10 and it is represented in decimal form, that is 0.7. And the last one, whole is divided into 100 equal parts and 56 parts are shaded. Therefore, the fractional representation is 56 by 100 and decimal representation is 0.56. After decimal point, the digits you have to read as it is. We should not read 56 or 39. That is wrong. Only the digits you have to read. Now, a decimal fraction is a fraction whose denominator is 10 or 100 or 1000 or a power of 10. So, in the above examples, you can see all the fractions having the denominator either 10 or 100. So, we can define the decimal fraction as a fraction with denominator 10, 100, 1000 or power of 10. Means 10,000, 1 lakh. That is power of 10, powers of 10. So, example 5 by 100, denominator is 100. 28 by 1000, denominator is 1000. 47 by 10, the denominator is 10. So either 10, 100, 1000 or powers of 10. If a fraction is having these numbers as denominator, then we can say that fraction is called decimal fraction. Now, what are decimals? We can come to our topic, that is decimals. So, how to represent a decimal number, or what are decimal numbers? This type of fractions we can write it in another form, or we can represent it in another form. Then that we can call it as decimals. Example: if 3,528 divided by 100. Here the denominator is 100. It's a decimal fraction. So this decimal fraction we can write it as 35.28. So the decimal fraction can be expressed in another way by using a decimal point. That is called decimal number or decimals. So in this decimal number, the number to the left of the decimal point is called the whole part or integral part. So here the number is represented by using a decimal point, and left of that the number is there 35. That 35 we can call it as whole part or integral part. And the number to the right of the decimal point is called decimal part. So 28 we can call it as decimal part. So there are two parts for a decimal number. One is integral part and the other is decimal part, and integral part and decimal part is separated by a point. That point is called decimal point. So more examples I will say. 1.25. This is a decimal number and that number is separated by a decimal point. There are two parts. This one we can call it as integral part. Point we can say decimal point. And 25 is decimal part. So these are the parts of decimal numbers. Next point, the number of digits after the decimal point are called number of decimal places. In the above example, 35.28. Don't read it as 28. You should read only the digit after the decimal point. So 35.28. So in this, the number of digits after the decimal point are called number of decimal places. Here, the number of decimal places is number of digits after the decimal point. So here it is decimal point. How many digits are there total? 2 and 8. 2 digits are there. Therefore, the number of decimal places is 2. Now, 15.304. So here the number of decimal places is, in this number, the number of decimal places is, after the decimal point, how many digits are there? 1, 2, 3. Therefore, the number of decimal places is 3. Now, place value chart. So, in this place value chart of decimal numbers. Like whole numbers, we are having place value chart. So the same way we are having for decimal numbers also place value chart is there. So the place value chart of decimal numbers is units, decimal point, left side of the decimal point we are having the places units, tens, hundreds and thousands. But right side of the decimal point, the decimal places can be expressed as tenth, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s. So THS, you can see here tens, TENS, here tenth place, TENTHS, spelling difference you can differentiate here. Here it is NS, 10 and S it is coming. But in the in decimal places, along with 10, THS is coming. Along with 100, THS. Along with 1000, THS. That is the difference between decimal place and whole number part or integral part. So the place values after the decimal point, the first place value is 10. So unit place can be expressed as 1, tens place 10, 100 place value is 100, 1000 place value is 1000. Then a decimal point is there. After decimal point, tenth place can be expressed as 1 by 10, 100th place can be expressed as 1 by 100. 1000th place can be expressed as 1 by 1000. 10,000 place can be expressed as 1 by 10,000 and 100,000 can be expressed as 1 by 100,000 or 1 lakh. So these are the place values of decimal numbers. So if you are having a number, then you can expand the number by using this place value chart. Expansion of decimal numbers. We express the decimal numbers in the expanded form by writing the sum of value of each digit in the given number. So we can go through one example, how to write the expanded form of how to expand a decimal number. So we express the decimal numbers in the expanded form by writing the sum of the value of each digit. So here I am going to write ones place. Here letters also we can use to represent these places. Unit place O, tens place capital T, 100 place capital H, 1000 place capital T and small h. Now 10th place small t, 100th place small 100, 1000 place small th, next tth, h, t, h, 100,000. So all small letters. In decimal places we can use all small letters and in whole number part we can use capital letters. Now expanded form, how to write, we can go through. Here first we can write the place values of all the digits. So left side of decimal point starting with ones, tens, hundreds, thousand. Next right side of the decimal place tenth, hundredth and thousandth. So when while expanding this we should write the value of the digits. So 1 is in which place? 1000 place. So how many thousands are there? 1000 plus sum. Write it as the value of each digit, sum of the value of each digit. You have to write it as the sum of the value of each digit. So 1000 plus 4 is in 100 place, so 400 plus 2 is in tens place, therefore 20 plus 5 is in ones place, 5 plus 3 is in 10th place, therefore 3 by 10 we can write or 0.3 we can write. First I will write in this way, then I will convert. Plus 6 is in 100th place, so 6 by 100 plus 5 is in 1000th place, therefore 5 by 1000. This we can write it as again 1000 plus 400 plus 20 plus 5 plus 3 by 10. How to convert it into decimal form? For converting this into decimal form 3 by 10, we can count the number of zeros here. Only one zero there. So write the numerator as it is and count the number of zeros in the denominator. That many places you have to move from right to left and put the decimal point. So from right to left, here only 3 is there. How many zeros are there? 1 0 is there. Therefore from right to left we have to move and put the decimal point. So 0.3. So we can write it as 0.3. Next 6 by 100. So how can we represent it as decimal form? So write the numerator as it is, count the number of zeros, that is 2. So from here 1, 2. There is no 2 digit here, only 1 digit is there. So which digit is missing? There you have to put a 0. So 0.06. So we can write it as plus 0.06 plus 5 by 1000. So 5 by 1000. 5 by 1000 we can express it as in decimal form, that is 5. Write the numerator as it is. Count the zeros in the denominator. Total 3 zeros are there. From here 1, 2, 3. Now you have to put the decimal point. Remaining places you can fill the zeros. That is 0 point. How many zeros are there? 205. This is the expanded form of the given decimal number. One more question I will explain here. 248.167. Ones place, tens place, hundred place, tenths place, hundredth place, thousandth place. So 2 in hundred place, therefore the place value is 200. 4 in tens place, therefore the place value is 40. 8 in ones place, therefore the place value is 8. 1 in tens place, therefore the place value is, that is 1 by 10. 1 by 10 we can write it as 1, only one decimal part, 1 0, therefore 1 after decimal point only one digit should come. So 0 0.1 plus 6 divided by 100, 100th place, 6 divided by 100, 6. How many places are there after decimal? 2 places are there because 2 zeros here. So 0 0.06. Next 7 by 7 is in thousand place. So 7 divided by 1000. Number of zeros is 3. After decimal point 3 places should come. Only one number is, one digit is there. For that 3 places more 2 zeros you have to place. So 0 0.007. So how to read the decimal numbers? While reading the decimal number, whole number part you can read in the usual manner and the decimal part you can read digit wise. So here 0 0.06, 0 0.07. Example 125.16. So 125 we can read it as, that is whole number part we can read in the usual manner, that is 125. But the decimal part is 16 here. So that 16 how to read here? 0.16. How to read that? 0.16. We cannot read it as 16, but we can read it as 0.16. 125.16. Another example 0.278. So the decimal part is here. Now the number is 278, but we cannot read the decimal part as 278. We should read it as 0.278 digit. Only digit you have to read, 278. So this is the way of reading decimal numbers. Now, like decimals and unlike decimals. So, like decimals are those decimals which have same number of decimal places, or the decimals having same number of decimal places are known as like decimals. Number of decimal places should be same, then we can say that are like decimals. Here given some examples 56.8, 7.1, 36. So here 56.8, 7.1, 36.1, 36.9, 0.8, 241.2. So decimals having same number of decimal places. See here, the decimal places is only 1. Here all the cases we are having the decimal places. Number of decimal places in this all decimal numbers. Number of decimal places is only 1. If the number of decimal places is same, then we can say those decimals are called like decimals. Number of decimal places is same. How to find out the number of decimal places? After the decimal point or in the decimal part, how many digits are there we should count, and then we can write that is the number of decimal places. Here only one digit is there. Number of decimal places is 1. Here also one digit. Here also one digit. Here also one digit. Here 1. So the number of decimal places in all these cases of decimal numbers, we can say it as 1. Therefore these all are coming under like decimals. So here one decimal place, here one decimal place, which are the decimal places also mentioned here. Unlike decimal places, unlike decimals, the number of decimal places will not be same. Unlike decimals. Decimals having different number of decimal places. Example 12.285, 0.12, 15.7. In all these three cases, here the number of decimal places three. In this case, the number of decimal places is 2. In this case, the number of decimal places is 1. See, 285. Number of digits we should count. Total 3 digits are there. Therefore, the number of decimal places is 3. Here, 2 digits are there. Then the number of decimal places is 2. Here, only 1 digit is there. Therefore, the number of decimal places is 1. Therefore, if the number is decimals which are having different number of decimal places are called unlike decimals. Converting unlike decimals to like decimals. Here is one example to convert unlike decimals to like decimals. The question is given 6.04, 19.217, 30.58, 7, 15.0028. So in all the numbers we have to count the number of decimal places and write the number of decimal places on top. Here I have written a number of decimal places 2, here 3, here 2 and here 4. Count the places and decimal places, the digits in the decimal part, and then you have to write the number of decimal places. Next step, check the maximum number of decimal places in the given number. So here the maximum number of decimal places is 4. Now you have to convert all other decimal numbers to number of decimal places 4. So for that purpose, you have to put 0 to right side of the decimal numbers, decimal part. Right side of the decimal part of a number, you have to put the number of zeros to bring it into 4 decimal places. So first number is 6.04, more 2 zeros if you put there, then you will get total 4 decimal places. Second 19.217, total 3 places are there, one more 0 you have to put to bring it into 4 decimal places. Next 30.58, 2 places only there, more 2 zeros we have to insert to bring it into 4 decimal places. So now all the decimal numbers are having 4 decimal places, therefore the resulting decimal numbers are like decimals.
Today's session we can wind up with these concepts. The remaining concepts will be given in the next video. Thank you.